All right, guys. Not done one of these sorts of videos for a little while. In fact, I think it's the first one I've done since I've come back to England. And let me just stop the stream. God, the video quality on the actual playback is absolutely outrageous. I do apologize about that. It just seems like we've got the worst internet in the world. And it's not necessarily we're being ripped off or anything. It's just where we live. It's pretty much like a black zone. Take that as you will. But no, seriously, it's like there's just no network coverage at all, no matter which service you use. And we don't have, because we're still in the 20th century here, we don't have the like fiber optic stuff, which is a real shame because I think that could definitely benefit from it, especially when I'm doing these live reviews and hangouts and stuff and my picture's all fuzzy. But hey, at least you can hear me, which is the important thing. And yeah, lost 3 viewers already. Craig from Kent Beer Reviews says, "Are we live?" Craig, if you're actually in the mood to join me to talk about the, I should have messaged the guys on Facebook, but I like doing these where it's just sit down and talk sort of thing. There's no structure, and probably don't make any valid points or arguments, but it's just, I don't know, I'm in the mood to talk about this. So Craig, if you want to join, let me know in the comments and I can get that arranged. It might take a while because, again, on the world's slowest internet. But yeah, no beer today, although I do need to go to Asda to pick up a 4-pack of Elvis juice for the live review that I'm doing with Dean tomorrow. So I might head off a little later, or I might just get it tomorrow because I should be able to pick up the cans. It has to be cans because I did pick up a bottle for it. But then it's odd to compare a bottle's beer to a canned beer unless you're doing the same beer. So I thought, fuck it, I'll pick up a 4-pack at some point. So look out for that tomorrow. But yeah, no beer today, just got coffee. And I found like some old incense sticks, not incest, incense sticks. So it smells like an Asian brothel right now. Not that I've ever been to one, but you know, with the current situation, I might have to do that. But no, I'm joking. I don't think you should ever have to stoop to pain. Yeah, we've gone off the rails already. I haven't even started talking about the topic that we're talking about. So Craig wants to join us, so might as well wait till we have Craig on board, and if anybody else joins us on the group before we talk about this, because I'm sure it's something that people will have an opinion of, and we'll get to this sort of thing. It's a very divisive opinion. But yeah, I mean, it's not really new news now because it was like broke a few days ago, and of course, it's just one of the many. I lost my train of thought. Well, oh, Facebook loads up quite quickly for once. I've sent you the link on Facebook, Craig, if you want to join. But yeah, this whole AB InBev, you could dedicate so many shows just talking about the AB InBev and the big boys and that sort of thing, and the rifts that all of this stuff creates. But I just thought I'd talk about it. Danny from Sofa King Drunk 66 says, "No pictures, no sound. Is there anybody out there? Got it now, finally." It could be issues on my end. I think we had sound issues when I was doing the last live review with Craig and Rob, because people said the same thing, but I'm glad that it's back. But yeah, as you can see, the background's getting a little bit more interesting now. We've got Craig. Hi, Craig.
Hello, just turning the sound down on the original page.
Okay, no
I don't know if you're hearing me. Because
yeah, I can hear you. Hey, fine, mate.
One of this headphone is shut off completely, which is annoying.
Yeah,
because I generally use these when I'm on my mobile as well, because they're pretty good. And now one shut off, it's like I can hear everything else that's going on around me, and it's like I hate it.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm a bastard for breaking headphones.
Oh, this is my second one. I mean, at least it still works, but the volume is really duff.
Sounds perfect.
Cool. Right, so that's that. Right, okay. Yeah, I've just literally got up here and I was going to upload some videos with my coffee, and then because on the bottom right hand side of well, certainly on the laptop, you get all the messages that you kind of want to get alerted to and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then it's I'm like, is that now? Or so I clicked on it. I thought it must be because obviously I can chat. So
yeah, I just thought I don't even know what I want to say about this whole subject, to be honest. But you're just seeing so many people on Facebook posting about it, and I thought it'd be a good little discussion, really.
I don't even know what the topic was, to be honest. I haven't really looked.
The Brewers Association, who started up a tongue-in-cheek, what's it called? Crowdfunding campaign to take craft back.
Did see that. Where did I see? I saw that yesterday. An advert. I can't remember what it was. I think it was on Beer Merchants. They put a thing up today.
Oh, okay.
And that's the first I think it's been around about. Well, I think I heard about it. Was it last week? I think it might have been on Joe D's channel.
Yeah.
Was it last week? I think. Because I know they just got back. The group of the guys there, they got back from the
Great American
Beer Fest.
What a festival that would be to go to.
Yeah, but then 100 breweries and the sessions are like 4 hours. Is it 4 hours or something, or 3 hours or something really daft? And it's like I want a minimum of 5 hours a session.
Yeah.
If you're going all that way from the UK, I mean, obviously Denver is just mental for beer anyway, so you could probably just go without even the beer fest.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could just have anywhere in America, really. Get a group of people.
It'd be like going to a beer fest without a fest, if that makes sense. A bit like Leeds in the UK, I guess. I mean, obviously I've never been, but going by what they're talking about, and like 300 beers in one bar and stuff like that. Like, what?
Yeah, it's absolutely
that would be the whole trip for a week. One bar.
Yeah. One bar and probably like the local brewery.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know how serious this campaign is, because I don't think they'll ever get the funds to buy them out.
No, they'd never, ever get the money if they were doing it seriously. I think it is supposed to be a humorous, because I was in stitches when I read it.
I flicked through it. I'm like, okay then.
It's like, why can't they just let it go? I don't see any good coming out of this. It's just
let them buy the breweries, then everyone will leave, set up another brewery, and then have great beer somewhere else. So that's the way it's probably going to work, and then everyone will just buy their beers.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of AB InBev. I mean, there are a lot of products that they've acquired that I do genuinely enjoy, and I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing fundamentally. They're trying to they're not only trying to compete, but they're trying to destroy the competition. But at the same time, they've not really taken over that many craft breweries in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, there was a story out that that's it. They're not going to purchase any more craft beer breweries. Is that nonsense? Is that nonsense talk, or is it just I mean, I don't care anyway, to be honest with you. If someone makes good beer, like someone like Lagunitas or something, I'm still going to buy it. That's just, I'm in that kind of boat. I understand people who don't want to buy it. Fine, that's completely fine as well. If the quality goes down noticeably, and it's not just you, it's a lot of people says it, then there's obviously something wrong with it. Then yeah, you're not going to buy the beer.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you're going to, well, I'm not giving them my money anymore, but I get that as well. So, but for me, I've got too many other things to worry about, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Not really.
I mean, it probably makes this complete video and the fact that we're talking about it like pointless. But at the end of the day, it just does not affect me on a personal level. It's
richer through not buying their beer or not buying their beer, or you know, it's not going to have any change on me. All right, if you're into this moral thing, then fair enough. You know, I don't know. You know, I think it's just personal preference. To be honest with you, everyone's different. It's differently. Everyone drinks differently. It's the whole thing, isn't it? It's just it's opinions again at the end of the day. So. But yeah, I know what they're doing. I can see what they're doing, and I can understand why. But I'm not going to let it bother me that much. That's it, really.
Yeah, we could just end it right here and there. But it's just how people. It's the divisiveness of all this sort of stuff.
It's like it in any interest, though. It's not restricted to just beer. It could be absolutely anything. Stamp collecting. You know, motorbikes, or you know, it's everything. I'm sure it's every single subject, hobby kind of subject. You have exactly the same kind of politics within that subject. So, and I've been part of 2 or 3 other interests, and it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It's just you'd think it'd be different being something else, but it's not. You've always got these people who are at the upper end of whatever subject you're in. Whether it be beer, what beers have you had, and all this sort of one-upmanship all the time. But it's not restricted to beer. I mean, I don't give a monkeys. Whatever, get on with it. But there's a lot of people that really do, like, you know, it's like almost a competition all the time, or you know, I don't buy into all that. I think that's just my personality. Get on with it. Yeah. Let them have the attention stuff, and I'm quite happy sitting back here drinking what I like to drink and enjoying it, and that's it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, fair play for a marketing standpoint. This is going to just get the Brewers Association out there even more. You know, and it's such a clever thing that they've done to tie this in with this whole stamp of approval thing that they're doing now as well. Which I think this is, it's all linked. It like came from that to raise awareness. But you're only raising awareness to a small faction of the people who drink beer, and not. I mean, a lot of people just like to have a couple of beers now and then, just drink it, whatever. And even some of the more casual people who like to taste, they like to do the whole like looking at it, like looking into the brewery, that sort of thing. But again, they're not really appealing. They're only going to be appealing to that like militant section of the hobby, and maybe a few of the brewers as well. So I don't think it's going to change anything at all. I think it's more than likely just going to alienate more people, because to outsiders, this hobby already has something of a bad reputation. I mean, how many times do you see these posts like, which type of beer snob are you? Or, and like, £13 for a pint, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you're not really helping your cause here, folks.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know who actually stirred up that one. I bet it was probably someone from maybe InBev. It wouldn't shock me.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, I know for a fact that they probably have used like underhanded tactics here and there.
Yeah.
But what business doesn't?
Yeah.
That's just business. There's always going to be competition. You sometimes see horrible competition between craft breweries.
I know.
Like, and you see like lawsuits over names, even though one brewery is in like the northern part of Canada, and then the other one might be in like the smallest village in Europe, and they might have the similar logo, and it's
and then what makes you laugh about that? There's sometimes that happens, and they've got lawsuits going on and things like that, and but you can't get each other's beers wherever in that area anyway, so it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
The lawyers must love craft beer breweries in America and Canada. You know, they must think, "Oh, great, another name clash." You know, how much money am I going to get today? You know, it's let's draw this out for about. Well, there's that famous one. I can't remember what it is, but it's been going on for like 50 years or something stupid. I mean, I could do that. I could do that job. I'll have some of that.
Yeah, that's like that.
$500 for a letter. I'll start writing. You know, things like that.
That's like the whole Budweiser Budvar thing, isn't it? Or is that another one?
Well, that might be the one. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But it's like,
but yeah, there's that saying, collaboration, not litigation, as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's one of the main things that I love about craft beer, especially is the collaboration, is the the community aspect of it. But then you get like breweries, brewmasters, like bitching about other breweries and brewmasters. I mean, when Jake was talking about the guy from Firestone Walker, like bitching about other breweries at that event.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is the point? You're just not. Nothing positive will come out of that attitude.
No, it's it makes me laugh, to be honest. I try not to get involved in it, to be honest.
Yeah, I do find the arguments that you come across really entertaining, especially on more of the American Facebook groups, where they show all these like photos and posts about AB InBev, like that one where it shows, it's like a little cartoon of like a guy holding up 2 bottles of Bourbon County, and then he said, "Oh, we made these," and then the next images of AB InBev snatching them off. Gusan saying, "No, we made these," and then just the shitstorm and the fighting that went on under a post like that.
Yeah, it's mad. Stories from American friends about there's some people, when we don't know, just what we hear from them guys. It's more kind of that they'll drink the Bourbon County stouts, but then as soon as a brewery gets taken out, like, is it Wicked Weed or something like that, they're like, "Oh no." So it's quite kind of. I don't think you can be like that. I think you need to still drink everything that's been bought out, or nothing at all. I don't think you can pick and choose. Yeah, that's where I'd be with it.
Yeah, you can't complain about a brewery being taken over, and then come winter time,
you just
queue up outside of the tap house because you want to get hold of a few bottles. I mean, you'd understand if they were doing it for like financial gain. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make money off this, but no, they actually want that beer because they love that beer, and they get it every year. But
It should be across the board.
Yeah.
But that's just
like
me.
Said, it happens in every hobby, though. You get all of this. Every aspect of life, you get this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just something about when you hear it with craft beer. And I think, because I was watching Albino Rhinos, the BDU, and I think Joe brought this up. You get these people who think that the craft beer industry is like completely separate from everything else. That it's its own like little entity. It's got its own like rules and stuff. And it's like, no, it's the craft beer industry is an industry like the auto industry. It's like the computer industry. It's like
got the same
it's like
objections and disagreements and politics, basically. Because I think it's just because people are involved. I think that's why everything's very similar.
Yeah,
it's just simple as that.
Yeah. And it's like I don't lose sleep over stuff like this. It doesn't like prey on my mind, but it's like, can you stop politicizing an alcoholic beverage and like not just argue over it, but people have actually, especially on the drinking community online. How many times have you seen like someone talking about something about the beer industry? Like someone comes along with a different opinion. And then next thing you know,
you're not allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, they've not talked to each other for like 2 months because of talking about an aspect.
I value friendships more than over a beer. Fucking hell, it's just
exactly. I mean, I don't. I mean, obviously, I do care about what my friends drink because I've got an interest in it, and if they've got an interest in beer to me, and if more importantly, if they enjoy it, then that because. I love it when you see someone you know
a bit more curious. Yeah.
When you see a friend doing a beer review online, and you're watching it, and you can tell that they're absolutely loving that drinking experience. It's like it makes you feel good as well. As odd as that sounds, it's exactly like, that. I love seeing.
If I hear someone's got a good beer, it's like, oh, nice one. So that's it, done.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy.
I mean. You do get those times where you're like, oh, I wish I had that beer. But it's never I fucking hate you for having that beer. You might jokingly say that, but I'm not going to be like... like when you feel these...
They'll know you enough, though, and your personality enough to realise that you're mucking around anyway, so you shouldn't have to explain yourself over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just you want everyone to drink good beer, and sometimes, bloody hell, that's a rare beer, and enjoy it, and great. If I get one day, then one day. But
but
some things happen. You think, oh, I've got this. It's like you're really happy. You haven't even tried it yet. It could be shit.
Yeah.
But generally, it's going to be good.
Yeah. And I think we're at a point now where even if you've got like this beer that's on a pedestal, it's like always rated high, it's always topping a list of some sort. I think we're at a point now where even one of the most obscure and smaller breweries will be able to produce a beer that might not only be on par with that beer, but also surpass it. So it's like, I know we always seem to go to Cloudwater. It doesn't matter who's in our hangouts, but with the double IPA stuff, when the first ones come out, even though I was in Germany when the first of the Dipper ranges came out, when you get the first 3, and then they're bringing out number 4 and they're bringing out 5, you want to try and keep up with it because
I tried all of the 13 versions, and then I one in the can after that. No, third one because there was. Yeah, the third can, which was after they finished the versions. And then it just got, they're great beers and stuff, but they'll get more regular and stuff. And great beers, of course. Yeah. Everything, if you buy a Cloudwater beer, you're not buying crap. And I've not tried probably 3/4 of their stuff now the way they're going. But they're just, whatever you try, they're going to be good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you might miss out on a beer, But
I miss out on all of them now. I don't. It doesn't. I'm not that bothered, to be honest.
There are thousands of breweries around the world.
Yeah.
You know, you're never gonna run out of choices, and that's an aspect of this whole AB InBev stuff that people just don't seem to get. It's they're taking over breweries and that sort of stuff, but they're not like taking one over each week. It's not like a regular thing. It's maybe every few months, maybe a couple in a few months. But at the end of the day, it's like that's just one tiny brewery.
Yeah, I just
in a whole sea of breweries, pretty much.
I had a short space of time where I was getting upset that I was missing stuff. And to be honest with you, when I first started reviewing, I think the first few months was all right, and then I went to the Great British Beer Festival, and then I bought a load of American beers. So I was like, oh yeah, didn't really know what I was looking for or anything like that. I mean, if I went now, I'd appreciate it more.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just uploading some reviews.
No,
I could feel myself. I was turning into a bit of a beer snob. I could feel it, and it wasn't until when did I start realising? Last year, I think it was the first year. I was like, oh, and then I realised that actually it's not where I want to be with beer. I like it all, a bit more inclusive now, especially at the moment. And it's really going back to not world-class beers, just going back to what you can get in the supermarkets and stuff. And I've got more of appreciation now. A supermarket beer is not too bad, to be honest. There's a few things that have really surprised me, having tried mega beers and stuff. Going back, it's like, I'm kind of going back to my roots, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's such a good thing, because I mean I must mention every time I do a beer that I've bought from the supermarket, I still get like surprised about what's available. I mean, look what Morrison's has done recently with this whole beer festival stuff. And from the sounds of it, some of those beers are absolutely fantastic, like the one that Dean did, the chocolate orange one.
See, I've got my closest one is in Margate. I don't get to go over there that often. Yeah. I've got an Audi 5 minutes away. So hence, and it's right next to my little girl's nursery. So I just nip in. Anything new, no. Or if what's that? 99p, that'll do. That's what I've been doing. I've got an Asda about another 5 minutes up the road. So I mean that'll do me. And I've got a Waitrose the other side of town, so that'll do for now.
I've got an Asda about 20. Well, it's only a couple of minute drive, but 20-minute walk away. And I've got an Aldi which is in the same area. Then you've got Home and Bargains, who've got a little bit of a range beer. I'm not sure if they're all around the UK.
We've got Home. Is it Home Bargains or?
I mean, there's Home Bargains and B&M Bargains.
Right, I don't know. We've got one open local about 2 weeks ago. But I think is everything by like a 6-pack or 12-pack or something stupid like that?
No, it's like a little supermarket, but a lot of the stuff is like discounted brand sort of things.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, what else have I got? I've got a Bargain Booze, which is a couple of minutes walk away, which has their own little craft beer section. Yeah, I can get 4 cans of Elvis juice in there for, I mean, it is £8, but still for two quid a can of what I personally think is the best grapefruit IPA. Well, because I've only had a few, but there's always options. And I've just found out that I've got one of those booths supermarkets about
Oh, right.
They're 20-minute drive away. And
Yeah, they're more of a northern
they seem
company.
to be.
You don't get down there.
They seem to be getting a hell of a lot of craft beer in their supermarkets now.
Yeah,
So,
no, I've got the regular. I've got a Tesco's Extra that I very rarely go in. I've got a huge, a big Asda, a big Tesco's, and a big Sainsbury's. Then I've got a Waitrose in town, an Aldi. Lidl's a bit further out, up towards the bigger regular supermarkets. So I have to travel a bit for them. But yeah, and there's a couple of bottle shops that are starting to stock some stuff that eventually I hopefully we'll get some, because there's some specialised beer that no one buys because they're like £6-7. No one buys them.
Yeah.
But for that the Time and Tide stuff.
Which is
all of their saisons.
Yeah,
they got like 4 or 5 saisons in there, and I think they've just added another 2 or 3 different other things, but no one's buying them. So it's like great.
Well, it's a shame for Time and Tide, but it's good for you.
Well, yeah. When I get some money together, it'll be good for me. But yeah.
Yeah.
And all that bloody carry on. So this sorted itself out. Yeah. There we go. Right.
But yeah, that and again, it's. I keep trying to bring this back to the point of the topic, but you've got so much range that for the average beer drinker, it's not going to factor into their lives at all, because they're buying the AB, they're buying like Anheuser-Busch beers anyway, and I just don't see that what what AB InBev are doing is going to ultimately like destroy the craft beer industry, because it's just constantly evolving, and yeah, they'll probably get a bigger share. They'll be able to, like in some places, we can't stock our beers anymore because AB InBev has all the shelf space, that sort of thing. And there will be breweries that will unfortunately dissolve because of what happens, and that is a real shame. But like any business, that happens when the big supermarkets get built, the local butchers, the local bakery, they suffer sometimes.
We've got it a bit locally. Everything's been centralised into one area, into a big shopping hub. Yeah, and then of course all these kind of little stores around sort of Ramsgate have then gone there, shut their in-town stores down. And it has. I mean, this was what 10, 15. Was it, how long ago is it now? It must be more than 10 years now. So I think that people are just starting to come back to the towns now. That initial first 4 or 5 years really took its toll on local towns.
But it's like people are, even though it's so much easier to do your whole shopping at like your Tesco's, your Aldi's, your whatever supermarket, but I am finding a growing number of people are starting now to just promote local business. So it's like you've got like this argument, but then you can counteract it with this argument. So people are conscientiously like buying local, and
I think that there is a unfortunate effect with that though. A lot of people buy things on price, so it's going to be cheaper in these big than it is average Joe down the road. Sorry, Joe, but no, so it's going to it will have an impact price wise, because people at the moment are struggling and stuff, so that people are going to go for wherever's the cheapest. That's just the reality. Even though they might not want to shop there, they kind of haven't got much choice. They've got to,
Yeah.
There's quite a few comments if you want
to. Yeah, I'll quickly read those. So we've got comments from God. I need to really get on top of keeping these comments. I need to get my own average Joe to always keep on top for me. It came out a bit wrong, but whatever. Danny says 8 hours I did once at the Great British Beer Festival the first time I went. See that? Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to last that. I mean, I'd be able to drink, but fuck me, the day after, that's going to be...
When I first went, I met up with Rob. First time I met him and Simon, and we was there until, I can't remember what, it must have been about 6 o'clock-ish, and then, so we've done about 6 hours.
Yeah.
I wasn't too bad. It went really quickly, really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Just hanging around with them two. It's just like just talking and chatting and have a beer and then something to eat, and before you know it, we've got to go now. That's 6 hours.
Yeah.
Literally felt like that. And then we walked down to off in their B&B or whatever it was, and then we went out of. Me and Rob went and had a few more beers, though Simon came with us, but Simon was feeling a bit rough, so he wasn't feeling very well.
Fair enough.
So we had a few more beers in there, met with some guys, head brewer of Weird Beard and stuff like that, so that was nice.
Oh, that's cool.
A chat, I think the guy from Pig and Porter from West Kent. This was a couple of years ago, so yeah, that's how that day ended. That was really, really cool. Really enjoyed that. That's the first time I met him.
Yeah,
so that was really good.
I mean, I know the festival doesn't really have the best reputation now, but I'd still like to try it one time, especially if I knew other people would be there. Because
it's doable for me. I mean, I've got somewhere I can stay, so I can just. If anyone doing these things gives me enough notice and stuff, then I could probably kind of swing it. So
because it'd be almost like the beer would become like secondary if you've got the good group of people there.
It's always secondary for me when I get a load of group people will meet up and stuff. It's so much for the beer as who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
So, if the beer's shit, oh well.
Yeah, at least you'd be able to talk about it.
Shit beer with good company. Yeah. So this is shit.
Yeah.
That's shit. Or whatever.
Yeah, everything could be shit, but if you've got the good company, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
No, that's the way I am with it as well.
So I'll quickly read more of these comments. Dean says, "Good afternoon, chaps." Afternoon, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
Hope you're doing well.
Not, mate.
Then Danny says, "To be honest, I've paid well over the odds for certain beers in the past just to say I've tried them. But to be honest, the arse has got to fall out of this price war real soon, in my opinion." Yeah, I mean, you do still see, especially with some of the British brewed beers, they do sometimes put a bit of a hefty price tag on it. I mean, I know it costs, to produce some of these beers, but you look at them and you think, yeah, for a beer like that, a little bit too expensive.
I think the worry with that is obviously inflation's gone past 3% now. Plus, what's happening with Brexit and shit like that? Are we going to get a deal or no deal? Not the game, but it's going to be more of all that kind of thing. But it may as well be the game. You don't know what's going to happen. So
exactly. You don't know. From day to day, it just seems.
If beer goes up, then and you're a beer drinker or craft beer drinker, especially, and you voted to leave, then that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
As Joe would say.
Yeah. Then we got a comment from our good friend Brett at BDB Reviews. Hello, my friend. Morrison's is a good shout. Hallowed was beautiful and one of the best of the Trooper beers. I will agree on that one. That was probably one of the nicest, British brewed Belgian style beers that I've had. I don't know if you tried that. Oh, it's fantastic. I'm not.
It's just again, I've got to go to Morrison's. It's a bit of a mission.
Yeah. But I mean, there's just Belgian beers. I mean, they're steeped in history, craftsmanship, but there's just flavour profiles and aspects of some of the Belgian beers throughout the board that just doesn't sit right with me. But I have to say that Robinson's Hallowed was really, really nice. And it's a beer that they could do so many good things with it as well, in terms of like potentially aging it or, I don't know, just a really, really good beer.
I've only had a handful. I think I've had 4 beers from them. Obviously, the Trooper, the what's the other Trooper? The bigger one.
The 666 one.
Yeah, I had that. I think Ginger Tom and Chocolate Tom. Possibly not the original Tom. 2 years ago, and I had the Chocolate Tom, which was really nice. I haven't had the Ginger Tom yet.
Really love the Chocolate Tom.
Yeah, that was good.
And I think they do a blonde Tom as well.
Oh right.
Which I'd be interested to try. I don't like the new branding though that they've got.
Yeah, this was the old style bottle.
Yeah, it's just got the big cat's face as opposed to the logo that they had. But yeah, the strong ales in general, they can be a bit hit or miss. But I think Robinson's have got it spot on with the ones that I've had. And yeah, the Trooper stuff I've enjoyed. I would say that the cask version of the regular Trooper is vastly superior to the bottled version.
Never seen it on cast down this way. It's just not happening.
I saw it in the Lake District of all places.
Right. Yeah.
Well, mind you, I think Robinson's own quite a few pubs in that area. Robinson's and Marston seems to be the big presences there.
Yeah, we got Marston's pub up Westwood Cross where all the supermarkets now are. Excuse me.
Then Dean says, good show in the supermarkets at the moment. Yes, indeed. I've been watching your videos, Dean. That chocolate orange porter just sounds fantastic. I'm going to have to try and get down to my local Morrison's if they've still got it, because that one especially sounded good. Then Danny says, I was gutted, didn't land that chocolate orange, Dean. It must be a regional thing. Then Dean replies, odd one that, Danny. And Danny says, my spelling is atrocious. Whose is?
That's the thing with... Mine's shocking. That's why I can't read either, so...
Yeah. And then we've got last couple of comments from Danny. Fecking gutted as I walked a couple of miles to get one as well. I've been in that position. And then he wrote, which I think was in response to the Great British Beer Festival, I was suitably refreshed myself. I'm sure you were.
Definitely 8 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that is another thing. You think, and then you pop down, you see other people do, I got it from there, you go in there, you ain't got it. And it's like, right. So it is definitely a regional thing sometimes, especially with, I don't know about Morrison because I very rarely go in there. But certainly with Aldi at least, it's very kind of regional.
Yeah.
You're going to get most of the German beers, obviously being a German-based supermarket, you're going to get them. But when it comes to other regional beers, it's a bit hit and miss, depending on where you are, I think. So. Yeah,
I'm just pissed off that when they were doing this Scottish craft beer festival season, they got none of the beers in my local Aldi. But like the Aldi, which is in like the next town, they pretty much had all of them. And it's like, I'm not going to spend like almost £6 on a return bus ride just to get some supermarket beers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was there anyway, and I was like, oh, can I pop in and pick them up? Then fair dues. But it's like when you're paying more than the actual value of the beers themselves on the traveling. You know, I'm not making money on my beer reviews, unlike a lot of people.
You're effectively doubling the price, like that. So you might as well go to a pub.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pub that's literally at the top of my road. Not too sure how legal this is, but they've got like a little like craft beer sort of station, which is just like bottles and cans that they've bought.
And
you
like IPA
surprisingly, they had one of the left-hand porters, like a couple of Two Roads beers, a few Magic Rock cans, and that sort of stuff. I mean, of course, you got like your Punk IPA and your Dead Pony Club. But yeah, sort of Beaver Town beers, a few German beers and Belgian beers as well. And you got like a quid off each bottle if you took them out. And to be honest, they weren't badly priced. I think the most, because they didn't have like a price board or anything. So you just asked like the one behind the bar, like, oh, how much are you? Do you have like a list so we could see how much your beers are? And she goes, oh, the beers range from about £3 to £4. And it's like, I'm not going to complain for something like that.
Yeah. That's not bad. £2 to take away from a pub.
Yeah. And like, it could be like, I think they had Magic Rock Salted Kiss. Is that what it's called? The Goes beer that they do?
Yeah, the pink can.
And the blue can, which I think was that Inhaler. I can't remember.
I think that's Highwire. Was it West Coast? Highwire, is it?
I think so, yeah.
I think,
yeah. I need to catch up on like Magic Rock's core range, Northern Monk's core range.
Cannonball's my favourite core range from them. It never lets you down, really. Although you get different batches of different hop varieties, I think. So some might vary slightly, but pretty. About £3 a can, something like that.
That's not too bad at all. That is the Highwire grapefruit part of the core range, or is that because it's a grapefruit version of?
I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
That was lovely. And I didn't pay that much more than you paid back in the UK when I picked it up in Germany.
Yeah, Inhalers now one of their core range, which is a very kind of chuggable, low ABV. Well, I think it's low ABV. I can't remember. I haven't had it for a while, that beer, but Howard's commented a couple of times.
But let's see what he says. You can buy beer online and get it delivered. Plenty of good beer shops about. Craft need to pull the finger out of their arses and get on with it. And make a nice tasty beer for a fair price and forget all the poetry on the bottle label. Amen to that.
Oh, yeah. That's all. It's all nonsense, all that. You can have the best, I mean, you can have the best looking can in the world, and sometimes the beer's, it's okay. I might not buy it again. The artwork's good.
Yeah. But, I mean, see, that's the thing, though. It's like, when it comes to, like, these, like, really nicely designed beers and that sort of stuff, as beer reviewers who have a platform, I find myself picking up a beer just because of what it is and the reputation it might be, and the fact that, oh, this would make a good review. Well, I used to. I don't do that as much now because, like you were saying, that just the supermarkets alone, you've got like a couple of months worth of daily beer reviews.
Easily. Probably more.
Yeah.
In all of them, and then what you can just get within your area, like little bottle shops, or I've got one in Broadstairs that I should really go to more, but I just haven't been able to. There's one in, I say new. I've only been once to my local pub, the Ravensgate, since it reopened. So I've been drinking mostly bits and bobs at home. I had a couple of beers last night. I picked this one up from Asda.
Oh, Firecatcher.
Yeah, it's the first time I've had it. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It just seemed to blend in with a couple of the other initial beers of that style, but it was good solid beer.
I hadn't seen it down here in bottle before, so it's either that or I've just never noticed it. And then my parents brought me this one back from Norfolk, from the Humpty Dumpty Brewery. Just a bad egg. It's can't see it. So the light is so bad. So bad, and on the other one is egg.
What style is
that? It's an amber bitter, 4.1%. But yeah, pretty cool. Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, I like that.
On a Harley kind of thing. Yeah, they're out of Reedham in Norfolk. So that was from one of the local little supermarkets up there. I've had about 11 of their beers because I've been up there before. I think I've reviewed 1 or 2 of them. But,
yeah, I think I remember seeing a video from you like a couple of years ago, actually.
Yeah.
When you did
nice brewery.
I think you got a what was that beer subscription that you were part of? Was it that at the pub, or where they do a little beer box?
Oh yeah, they've done a beer box per every month.
Yeah.
And I was in on that for a few months, not very long. I caught the tail end of that, and then they stopped doing it, and then earlier in the year, they closed down, and now it's reopened. I think they've still got quite a decent selection of stuff in the fridges, but I just haven't been able to get it down there. I think they had a Lerveg beer on tap the other day. I think was it Supersonic? They had that on tap.
I've heard of that one. Is that one of the New England?
Yeah,
styles?
It's in a green. Yeah, it's in a green can, kind of. It's in cans, but they had it on draft. It's like, I just couldn't get down there really. But that beer locally on tap. I mean, away from the bottle shop, which has always got something amazing going on, which is Margate. But yeah, that's a 10-minute walk for me. It's like, wow.
Yeah, you can't.
So yeah, they got a few more. Yeah, they got a few more cask beers than they used to have. I think they got 3 cask lines, and I think they got 4 to 6 keg lines, and a few ciders and wines and stuff. I think they're starting food up again on Friday, which is really cool. I will get back down there again. It's just awkward at the moment. So yeah, that'll happen soon, hopefully. But I'm quite lucky. I mean, it's not nowhere near as amazing as going up to Yorkshire or anything like that, or London. But London's really pricey.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've only been to London a couple of times.
I mean, you get everything pretty much you could possibly think of if you go to travel around a bit. But the prices are like they are a little bit more than what you get elsewhere. But then you expect it. You're in London, so. It's all wages related in London.
Yeah.
And then the wages are not quite so, and then it knocks on to whatever you buy as well. So, but yeah, locally it's pretty good. Unless you want something really kind of specific, then you have to go online and order it, I guess. That's the only way I could do it.
Yeah.
Get something. What I really want would be online, because it's just not. Generally, you're not going to get it. And if you go to the bottle shop in Canterbury, it's probably the best bet. But then if it's not there, you've got to get it online.
Yeah, that's something that I need to do a bit more of, actually, is online purchases.
Yeah.
Because just the range of some of the... But the thing is, you'll be like in the mood for a couple of like specific beers. And you look on one website and they've only got one of them. But then another website that you're familiar with will have the other one. And then you're like...
Yeah, you have to do a bit of sifting through and then go which one's got the most of what you want and then just do it like that.
Plus, like when you like order online, do you have like a set like amount that you're willing to go up to, or like a specific amount of beers, or do you try and go for like the free delivery when you spend over such and such?
That varies. Yeah, that does vary. Some websites you have to order a minimum amount of beers, like, or I think £30 one of them, and then shipping sometimes I think it's quite good, £4.99, which that's probably the lowest I've seen it. It's just a case of shopping around, really.
Yeah, because that's the only way I'd really want to do it, is if there was like an incentive to buy more, and then you save. Because I don't know, I'm never really comfortable. Like, oh, there's 2 beers that I want, just buying those 2 beers and then paying the shipping. It's like, it seems like I could have got a few more because I'm too greedy.
Yeah, but I've done it. I've done it pissed before. I think I've done it earlier in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, thankfully I don't go online when I've had a few drinks.
Yeah,
I don't have the money to waste anyway, so there's always that.
I went to bed, woke up, thought, what have I done? I've got 3 beer deliveries in about 2 days, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Manchester, I spent way more than I was planning on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll have a couple of drinks. I'll have a couple of drinks before I go home. I ended up having 4 in. I keep forgetting its name, Port Street Beer House thing it's called, and then
But then these boxes come, and then I was running to the door, and I was like, right, hide that. Another one. Oh shit!
Yeah,
who's it for? It's for across the road. Taking in for them. Okay, hide that.
Yeah, I've been guilty of bending the truth when boxes have come. I've said, oh no, this is a box of beer that my mate had, and he's just passing it on to me. And I just paid the postage. My mate
sent this.
Yeah,
I've exhausted that one.
Yeah, it's what I did with that beer 52 box. I was like, oh, I got a code off a friend, so I got a free box of beer. That's like, I didn't. I don't think they believe me anyway. But that was a real shame, because I was looking forward to getting the box this month from Beer 52, but just can't afford it. And I was
that's fair.
I was hoping someone would actually use my referral link, so I got a discount. But
I think I get mine on Saturday. I think I scheduled it for a Saturday.
Yeah,
I've had the backwards.
Yeah, that's before. That's the main reason why I want.
I had it on draft. Me and Rob shared a third when we was up in Leeds last September. I was a bit ratted by then.
Yeah, such
it still stood out, even though we was a bit drunk. It was like, wow, that is a good beer. Even when you're drunk, you know it's a good beer. Mm-hmm. I remembered it, and it was like, I've got to try this one sober.
Oh, I'm hoping
that beer can age as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can sort something out with. We won't go into details, but with that person, because to get like a 3 or 4 year aged version of that would be
even better. That'd be even better. Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I was gutted because I'm not going to be able to get another bottle of that. But then some of these other breweries that nobody else will really be able to try, at least for now, and are only available in that box.
So, would you, getting back to this kind of AB InBev craft beer thing, would you ever place an order with Beer Hawk?
Yeah, I'd happily still use Beer Hawk.
Knowing that they're AB InBev owned.
Yeah, because the way I see it, money's still going to the breweries who've got their beers up there, and I think that the value of the money itself is going to benefit the brewery more than AB InBev, because like when you buy like a 6-pack of like an AB InBev mass-produced lager, you're giving them all of the money. But if you even if to buy 2 or 3 bottles from a craft brewery, they're potentially going to see more of that money as opposed to what InBev would do. So you still, I think, as long as you can, fundamentally, as long as you can like buy maybe an AB InBev, whether you know it's an AB InBev brand or not, but then still buy from other breweries who are independent. I don't think there's going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, what about you? Would you buy stuff from Beer Hawk? I've never tried them.
I have in the past. What am I doing? I'm just testing something out here. I've never really bothered looking for something I thought of.
Apparently, Tony on Beer Hawk, we on BeerTube get a discount, so I'll have to try that when I get a little bit of money.
See, now this is one interesting one. I've just gone on to. Right, let me get back to the page so I can see it. I've just gone on there. Obviously, it's AB InBev owned.
Where is
I've just gone on there and thought, let me just.
Oh no, I thought you were presenting or something.
No. I was just checking something.
Okay.
Obviously, it's AB InBev owned. Yet, slightly hypocritically, Brewdog's beers are on there. So,
okay.
they're selling their beers on an AB InBev site, but yet then when a brewery gets bought out, they drop their beers from their bar.
Yeah.
How does that work? Yeah.
I think yeah. I have seen that when I've been like trying to find information for Brewdog beers.
Yeah, I mean, surely they should drop their beers from that website then.
They should. They should, by their own rules that they set, they should cut ties off with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly care whether they're on there or not.
No.
But that's a little bit kind of like inconsistent.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's one thing Brewdog seem to do really well is.
But then they call it's a business. It's like, yeah, it's a business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what the answer is going to be? It's still business. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an interesting one.
Yeah, that is a good point. You never really hear people bring that up, actually. And even though I've seen it, it's never really clicked with me until you brought that up. I don't know. This just. I don't think there's really too many clear-cut answers with something like this. And if let's say if this campaign that they've got even was like a serious one, it's like you've got rid of AB InBev, but what about all the other like Constellation brands, Miller Coors?
Yeah, I mean the classic one was with Ballast Point when they dropped their beer and they rubbed their name out. And...
Yeah, see that to me, it's like fair enough. You still want to release the beer that you brewed or revamp the recipe, but stuff like that, that's just so pointless. But if it helps sell the beer, then you've done a good job at the end of the day. But see, Brewdog, I'll always buy Brewdog beers until I notice until I notice a definite drop throughout the core range headliners and the more seasonal ones. But I'll still defend Elvis Juice as the best.
Oh, it's great.
The best grapefruit infused IPAs that I've ever had. Even though
probably the best core range beer.
Even though is it true that this tangerine IPA is going to be replacing that, or is that just going to be?
I don't know.
Because if they got rid of Elvis Juice.
No, I don't think they will. No. I think they're going to tweak the name because they had that lawsuit in America. I think because now they're out in Colorado. I think is it? They've had to change the branding. I don't know if that's just the branding in America or over here as well. I don't know. I think it might be different for being over here.
Yeah. Plus,
but they still haven't changed the name here. So that was months ago that happened. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Plus, Brewdog still do the Collab Fest. And they still release some interesting one-offs, and I love the whole concept of the prototype series, where you actually give the drinkers a voice. Even though, is it just for Equity for Punks members who can decide, or is it just?
I don't know. I've not really gone into it all, to be honest. Yeah. They had that thing. I was glad when it ended because it was just getting everywhere. It was doing my head in every time an advert for this or an email here or there. And, calm with it. Shut it. Done.
Yeah.
Don't open it up again.
Tell you what, though, I need to get me some of that Nitro Jet Blackheart. Just
I was very, very impressed with the bottle when it first came out. I loved that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, when I first had that in the Brewdog bar on tap, I was like, "This is just fantastic."
I don't think I've had it on tap.
Oh, it's
I had it in the bottle.
It's so good.
First come out.
I prefer it on tap because, of course, it's naturally thicker.
Yeah,
but even in the bottle, it's still.
Bottle was amazing,
phenomenal, and to be able to get it now Nitro cans, which I think it is widely available now, isn't it, through Brewdog itself? So if I've got to go to another interview in Manchester, I don't care how much money I've got, I'm popping into Brewdog to get myself a 4-pack of that if I can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. That is in some supermarkets, the Jet Blackheart in bottles.
Yeah, I mean,
it's down here anyway. I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was possibly Tesco.
I know Asda, my local Asda, has it.
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't overly impressed with the Electric India.
I had it in the can. Not. What year was that? Was it last year? I think it was last year I had it. It was okay, but I wasn't quite into my saisons then. Like I am now. So it was some of my earlier reviews on saisons and sours and stuff. They're a little bit kind of wasted on me. I need to try them now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've acquired a bit more of that kind of style now. So I might have to re-review a few of those just to see what I thought back then and what I thought now. You never know with beers sometimes. You don't know if it's just is it the beer that's changed or is it your palate, or generally if it gets better then it's your palate, I'd guess.
Yeah, because you can pick out the qualities a lot more.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
So, apparently they lost the case to Elvis' name. Yeah. That's what I thought would happen, but then so it's like, what's happened then?
Oh, Jet Blackheart and Bombers. Oof, that sounds good.
Wow.
Plus, it's not that high of an ABV, is it? It's like
is it a milk stout or an oatmeal stout?
I think it's an oatmeal stout that's got lactose in it as well.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
Have you tried the Hazy Jane from them? Yeah.
No, I think they've just brought that out again recently.
Yeah, I'm on the Brewdog website now on the shop because I'm seeing if they've got the Nitro cans available.
There's something that what's the name had the other day? They had that in cans as well. So I was trying to think. Stuart. Why have I got all this up here?
God, Cocoa Psycho only £3.50.
Bloody hell, that's a bargain.
And that's straight from the website itself.
I've had that. That's really good.
Yet to have that. Didn't realise the coffee and cigarettes was so expensive. £10.
Yeah, it's about that.
Oh well.
No, I didn't have it when it first came out. I think it came out last October, something like that. Is it a collab with Cloudwater or someone? I can't remember.
The coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah, I can't
That was
remember.
with Beavertown.
Can't remember. Where's this thing? It's myself now.
Prototype Vienna Lager is out at the minute, according to Dean. $2.99 up here in Glasgow for most of their bombers. Yeah, we pay about £3 for the bomber bottles.
Right. So I'm just trying to see what, unless it's on his own actual, might be on his own Facebook thing. Let me just try and check. There's a can. I was like, I hadn't seen that before.
By the way, to anybody watching this, and of course people commenting, what are your thoughts, opinions on ABM, on the Brewers Association's publicity stunt to buy AB InBev? So I was expecting some troll-like behaviour from some of the diehards, but I don't think I've got a big enough audience to attract trolls.
This is the beer. It's called Slot Machine. It's a red rye IPA, 5.2%. It's in cans. I saw Stuart had it the other day. I think he got a 4-pack.
Yeah, so it's one that I look out for, but being both a red and a rye IPA, it just doesn't appeal to me too much.
I do like rye in the beer. That slight sweetness, I do like that.
I don't know. It's just red IPAs. Just, I mean, I do like rye beers. I mean, that one that Dean sent from Little Earth Project, which is just like every aspect they could put rye in it, they put rye in it, and it really, really worked nicely. But yeah, if they've only got that slot machine in 4-packs.
I don't know. He's got more than one can. Yeah. I don't know where he
look out for that.
Where he got it on Stuart's thing, but I'll have to ask him. But then it seems to get different things up in Yorkshire than we do here.
Yeah.
You could be in supermarkets. I don't know, but
yeah, I might have a look out.
I know we get the Dead Pony Club. I don't even see Jackhammer much in cans down here.
I've only seen that in Tesco's now.
Yeah.
That was... there must have been something wrong with that bottle that I reviewed, which I've not uploaded it yet. That was just not a nice beer at all. It had like ethanol flavour to it.
Right. I mean, we get things like Stone IPA in cans, 4-packs. That's just literally 10-minute walk for me. A few of the Vocation beers, a few of the it's 1 or 2 of the Northern Monk beers in 4-packs. That's about it from that store. I think if you go different supermarkets, you could probably get them all. But
oh yeah. So we've got a unanimous decision on what our commenters think of the whole scenario. And essentially, no one gives a shit, which is a good thing. Nobody should really give a shit. Unless you're like a brewer, then I'd understand you've got concerns. But if you're just a drinker, just drink what you want.
Yeah, it's just... that's the way I am with it. Yeah. I can understand why some people get the ump with it. Fair enough. But I'm not personally. It's just...
I'm not in the industry.
There's too many other things. There's too many other things to worry about, whether or not it doesn't affect what money you have in your pocket anyway. So
exactly,
that's what you got to think of yourself, rather than, that's just the way life is, isn't it? It's just you got to a degree, you've got to. So, indeed, just enjoy the moment, as Dean says. That's just like,
exactly.
At the end of the day, it's all business, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yep, they've got to make money. and
that's what people don't really see when the people that get the ump about it. It's like, well, if you're using their shoes, you do exactly the same thing. So,
it's like what's his face who does the reggae sauce?
Oh, Levi Roots.
Levi Roots. I mean, that would be like complaining to him about going on Dragon's Den.
Yeah,
it's like it doesn't make sense. He's made a living now. He produced a really good product.
He's a multi-millionaire now.
He produced a really good product. It can sell. And I think you should celebrate that. You should celebrate entrepreneurship. You should celebrate good business, because there's so much bad business practice out there, which someone say, oh, AB InBev, blah, 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 blah. They're not breaking any rules. They're not, as far as we know, there's no, like, we'll give you money here to help this deal go through, blah, 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 blah. There could well be some suspicious, like, dealings going on behind closed doors and to get legislation through and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're a big business. They've got to, what business doesn't want to have a big share of the market in any industry?
Yeah.
It's
excuse me. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, no, it's I think the general consensus is people don't care. That's what I think. It's just,
yeah.
It's more of an issue in America. What I can see by it all.
Yeah,
you still gonna have the handful or so people over here, which is fine as well. It's not a dig. It's just your own personal viewpoint or preference or whatever.
A lot of these breweries that do get taken over, we see fuck all of their beers anyway, for the most part.
Not really. I mean, even we get some Lagunitas, but it's generally just the IPA. Maybe the daytime ale, I think, is coming a little bit more regular now.
I've noticed we're getting
them too.
I've noticed we're getting a lot more founders in supermarkets. To the point where you can actually get like 6-packs for 10 quid of obviously like the all day IPA, Centennial IPA.
Yeah, I mean, they're in cans now.
Yeah.
I think M&S stock them. I think.
Yeah.
Well, they some selective stores do whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony. Take care, mate.
See you later, Tony. Have a good one. And another brewery that Danny's just mentioned, Drygate. I want to try some of the Drygate beers. I've heard.
Yeah, is it Orinoco Breakfast Stout is probably the best one I've had from. I think I've reviewed 3 of them. And
they do the Disco Forklift or something like that.
Yeah, it's in a big. Yeah, the orange can. I can't remember it's a name about that long.
Yeah.
Really great artwork. I'll let you try them and see what you think. But the Orinoco Breakfast Stout was. I really enjoyed it, to be honest.
Plus,
it reminded me of Jet Blackheart in some ways.
Oh, very nice.
It's that kind of.
I'm
to my palate
okay with that.
A good price, a reasonable price. I think £1.80 a can. It's like in a can as well. So it's like I quite enjoyed it, and I'd buy it again for a hangout or something like that.
Oh yeah, see,
2 or 3 of them.
I was just about to make that point. Great thing about supermarkets now is if we ever do live reviews, there's a good chance that anybody interested can get the same beer.
Pretty much, I would say, but I mean, you never know outside your area what people can get, of course. But it's really odd what people can get and can't get. It's like, wow, you can get that, you can't get that. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Have you tried
really
the Guinness Milk Stout yet?
I've never seen it down here.
Goes to your point again. That's a
I've been looking out for it.
yeah. That's a
I've had the
surprising
rye
one.
on the dark blue label. I've had that
The
because
rye
I
pale ale.
Is it a pale ale? Or I can't remember. Whatever it is.
Or was that the Antwerpen stout? Which we don't see
that
the
either.
Antwerpen stout here.
I've not had that. It could be in Morrison sitting over in Margate. I've just never been over there. So without actually going around like half a day, all the supermarkets, it's just
Good
and then in a car because I'd like. Yeah, I mentioned this when I'd done the vlog in when was it? Was it April or May? I done a bit of video in Waitrose, and after I'd finished, I had some guy come up to me saying, "I'm allowed to video record in here." And I was like, "What? I didn't know." So it could be a bit. I might be able to do it on my phone.
Yeah, I
probably get away with it.
Do my phone. I'm really quite stealthy.
No, this was I had my camcorder. I'm like, okay, I was.
Did they think you were like the competition or something?
I don't know what they thought. Or apparently I needed to either ask permission or not do it.
As if you're going to go to that trouble.
Apparently, I was breaking the law.
All right.
Then I've not had that one before, but there you go.
Yeah. Although it would make for a good segment of the vlog if you had a segment where you've been talked to by the police. You're secretly filming them.
I would. Yeah, I don't know. But no, so it's like that was a future. Any kind of recordings in the supermarkets was just going to be on my phone, pretend I'm talking to someone else. That's a little bit more. People don't look at you anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So many people are used to the whole like people making video culture now that you can walk down the street and no one's really going to bat an eyelid. The only people are going to like kick up a fuss to the people like the dickheads who go like whoa and stuff.
I remember because obviously I used to work in a supermarket and used to get guys go around doing their shopping because we had a 24-hour store. And who's he talking to? It's like there's no one else there. I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, when it's all the headpiece thing started coming in,
Bluetooth headsets, yeah.
And it's like, do we need this? Do you want me to get that? We've got this, and this, and it's like, is this guy all right? And then he's talking to his and then he had this headset thing, and it's like, okay then.
Yeah. But I
think that's more acceptable. That's normal now.
I mean,
which is great because I talk to myself all the time anyway, so that's
exactly,
fine.
Yeah.
I can blend in a bit now, but
I mean, when I was in Manchester, I was so surprised at how comfortable I was to film myself in a crowded pub. It's
fine.
I always find it's when you think like trying to pick the right moment to start the video, like you're trying to maintain.
Depends how many beers you like. The first beer or two, and then after that, like I don't care. I'm like that. I'm just whatever.
It was just such a shame there wasn't like Wi-Fi in that place. Else I would have done a little like live video sort of thing.
Yeah,
but
you can't rely on Wi-Fi. Sometimes it cuts out, and then you're using up all your
data.
Your data allowance because it doesn't tell you. It just cuts through, and then unless you turn off the actual
mobile data,
your thing. Yeah, if you turn that off, then it'll just stop. But the amount of times I've done that, just watching a hangout, and I'm using all of my data. I've done it in about 2 hours or something. So, thanks, phone.
Yeah.
So what's that?
I think,
Disco forklift truck. That one, the next one.
Chimera crossing the Rubicon. Is that?
Chimera is on it.
Oh, okay.
Crossing the Rubicon. I've not had that. The Chimera I've had.
Yeah. And then the mother's breast milk in response to the Guinness. I was wondering why it tasted familiar.
Okay.
But no,
Can't
seriously,
remember, to
the
be
Guinness milk stout was good.
I had that for a while.
Could be a bit too good for some people.
Yeah, you're a sucker for them. But anyway, no. Not going there.
No, we don't need Americans to go off the rails.
No, just I've not even had a drink.
No,
that coffee's strong. Yeah, but no, I've going to review this classic later.
Adnams Broadside. I haven't had that, but I had Ghost Ship for the first time recently, and that was lovely. That was a lovely beer.
Originally I was going to have it last night, but I know the 2 was enough. Really, this is a bit more of a beast. It's a 6.3.
Yeah, I might pick up a few beers actually to do a review tonight. I don't need to record any reviews, but
I've done 2. I think I had another 2 or 3. I need to sort the first one out ready for tomorrow. So that's where I'm at now.
I recorded a review of the Yakima Pills from Vocation, which was nice. Very flavoursome, not tasty beer, but just tasted like a pale ale again. And then
it was a hoppy pilsner. Yeah. No, I've had. I'm trying to think what. I can't remember what the hell it was called now. I had one of their first pilsners. It was really nice. I think I reviewed it earlier in the year, but I'd had it since last September. Oh, what's the name of it?
Can't remember. Me. I need that. That's the only Vocation beer that I've had actually. Never had any of like Life and Death or things, because it's one of those beers where it's everywhere. So like, I don't need to get that right now.
Right, where the hell is this beer? It's in the.
And Danny says he always goes there. Fair enough.
Yeah, I did see that. It was called No Comply.
No Comply. I recognise the name.
It was before. It was review number 617, so it's a little while back. Yeah, it was quite nice. Even I think it was about a month out of date, and it was still lovely, really good. This was before their. I think that was produced before the. I think they got that 2 or 3.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
can't remember what the other one's called. But it's in that.
I've never tried any. Can. Yeah, I've never tried any of them. Just that one. But really, I only had 6 beers from them. It's all their core range stuff. Smash and Grab, and then No Comply was the last 2 beers I've had, I think. That was more last year, because I went into supermarkets last year.
Yeah, it was a big shitstorm when I went into supermarkets, from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I got most of my core range online before they to the supermarkets. So, but yeah, no, there's so much choice now. We're just spoilt. I mean, it's even in the last 2 years. Just the supermarkets alone, it's just gone crazy.
Yeah,
that's indicated to how far it's come. Now that it's got to the supermarkets, want a little bit of the action. They realise where it's going at last.
Yeah, finally. Only took you.
And I was telling when I was working there, I think this was about how long ago? I reckon probably about 5-6 years ago. I was saying, look, why aren't they stocking any of this stuff? We ain't got nothing to do with it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When you're just a shop worker down at the bottom of the ladder, your opinions don't mean nothing. Or if you get an idea, then
someone else takes the credit.
Someone else takes the credit. You're just like, not mentioned at all.
So you
that's the way
so
it
you
works.
were responsible for the supermarket boom. No, you should claim that.
In fairness, I'd left.
Yeah.
I left in. I left in 2015, so 15 officially. So after 17 years, or whatever it was. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's Death was superb. Yeah. It was.
Still need to try Life and Death. Have you noticed a difference in the quality?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had a couple of cans 2 or 3 months ago that I bought in Tesco's, and it was very kind of fruit salady kind of aromas and taste.
Oh, okay.
It used to be a really hoppy, really, really nice. I mean, it's still nice. It's still okay, but it's not.
Not the
It never
same.
used to taste like a fruit. Never used to be a fruit salad kind of thing going on with it. It was more a tropical, like juicy.
Ah, okay.
That kind of thing. It wasn't my palate. I'm pretty sure it had changed. So
yeah, I've heard too many people say it for it not to be that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's still okay in the supermarket. But it's not. I don't know. It's not what it was. It's different. That's all. And I preferred it the way it was before. That's just me. That's just
fair enough. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to cut this off now because I think we went off topic about an hour in.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes into the video, but I'm always up for a beer chat.
I mean, it was kind of.
I think it's one of those things.
Talk was kind of done.
Yeah, you can address the whole thing within a few minutes, unless you're going on like a big, long-winded, like rant.
I mean, you can interlink things into that thing, but
yeah.
There's lots of AB InBev beers in supermarkets and stuff.
Yeah, it's like
some of it you didn't realise were AB InBev. Sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. This thing,
unless you really do look at the back.
Yeah, unless you see that logo. I mean, we're never going to escape AB InBev. So I think you've just got to.
They're too powerful.
Yeah, you've just got to get on with it and enjoy the beers that are available to you. Yeah, you might lose one of your favourite breweries because they've been taken over. Fair enough if you don't want to support that brewery again. But I don't know, it's just this whole like, I'm morally superior because I stopped buying this beer, or we're better people than you because we're standard. I don't like that whole aspect of these sorts of topics. But at the same time, do I lose sleep over it? No. I just enjoy the beers that I enjoy. And I think people should do the same. And I think the only people who are going to benefit from this latest stunt is the Brewers Association themselves, who I understand we need a body like that, but I'm just really not a fan at all of what they do. And
I think a lot of people in general don't know anyway. So which doesn't matter either. I don't think they're going to stop buying them beers if they found out what, you know. It's only kind of, I would say, only people that will know.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's on like a fringe of the whole hobby who really do get bogged down into it. But I don't know. I'm just a view whore, and so I thought I'm glad it actually turned out like this as opposed to what I was originally going to do, because it would have just been me talking about other topics on my own anyway, and not actually talking about the topic in the video title. But very happy to have you on board, and massive thank you to everyone who's left comments, to Dean, Brett, Danny, Tony. I don't think I've missed anyone out so far. If I scroll up, because of course I'd have a nice setup just before we finish the video. No, I think I accounted for everyone. So yeah, massive thank you to you guys who've commented. And of course, thank you to anybody who watch this when it's uploaded and potentially comments. Always interested for feedback and people's opinions. And yeah, who knows what the next impromptu chat thingy at 1 o'clock in the afternoon maybe. Maybe we could talk about the whole monetization stuff on YouTube.
Oh.
I think that'd be an interesting thing to talk about for 2 minutes and then move on to other subjects. But yep, big thank you to you, Craig, for joining me. And
cheers, no worries.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll all join me and Dean tomorrow night, and maybe a chat afterwards, where we look at the Twisted Grapefruit from Belhaven up against Brewdog's Elvis Juice. See you guys later, and have a good one.
Cheers.